Hey everyone, it is time for Saturday scrapbooking again. So I have a few pictures here. Look at the gorgeous scenery. This was driving from Boulders Beach to Cape Point, to the Cape of Good Hope. So here you can see this is the entrance to the Cape of Good Hope, and then I've got a closer up picture of the entrance. And then this picture showing that the funicular was out of operation, which just meant we had a lot more walking to do, which was not a bad thing. We really enjoyed our time here. And I also have the receipts from purchasing our tickets to get into the Cape of Good Hope. So I'm going to incorporate those somewhere on the page. I was thinking somewhere, obviously, on that page that has the Cape of Good Hope entrance and stuff. And then I will look through all of my different sticker books that have travel themes in them. And I also have this Plume and Pedal chipboard sentiments from 49 and Market that I'll use a title from. And then I also recently purchased the new Travel Diaries Laser Cut Elements by 49 and Market. They have some gorgeous pieces, so I just was opening the package and trying to pick out a few items that I might use. So pulling out some different tickets and some cameras and maps and things like that. This is one of the collections that I absolutely love. I watched their release on it and oh, I just want all of the pieces, but budget. I can't quite get all of them right now. But I am happy to have this set and I will use, well, a few of these on this page, but I can imagine I'm going to be using several of these in my South Africa album, and then I'll probably have some left over for some of my other travel albums that I want to do. I'm just right now picking out the set or the die there that says adventure because I wasn't sure if I wanted that adventure or the chipboard sentiment that says a day to remember. So I do end up going with the chipboard one instead. I wanted this little yellow tag, or it has some yellow on it, just to pull in that yellow from that funicular picture. But I like to cut it out so that I can kind of position it on there and see what it looks like. Then I have some tags from my own stash of Christmas tags that I pulled out and thought I can decorate somehow, but I don't end up using that. And here's where I remembered that I have this Simple Stories 12 by 12 collection kit that is the Simple Vintage Junk Drawer. It has a bunch of gorgeous pages in it, but it had this one with all these tags, and I thought, you know what, that'd save me decorating my own tag. I could use some tags out of there. So I will go ahead off screen and cut out all of those tags. And there's also that sticker sheet. I'm going to use a couple from there. And look at how pretty these all are. So I was kind of going through and seeing which colors I might use and give me an option to pick out of a smaller variety. So I'm just kind of laying some, figuring out what I should use. I really wanted to incorporate this camera, and there were these little torn tickets and things, but they're kind of small on that page, so I don't end up using those. But I did bring out some Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going to just ink up the edges of those receipts. And I'm pretty sure that I used Scorched Timber for that. Usually when I do the edges in some sort of brown, I almost always use ground espresso. But this time I think I used Scorched Timber on the receipts. And once I'm done inking those up, I will make sure I clean my fingers off so I don't get ink smudges anywhere else. Kind of put those sort of in place. And then I pulled out some blue ink. It's called Marina Mist. And I'm grabbing a stencil. This is one of my stencils from Michaels. And I thought I would add just randomly little bits of blue ink through that stencil, kind of in that bottom left-hand corner. And then I will add some to the top right-hand corner as well. And I didn't want it to be perfect stenciling, but I just wanted kind of enough that it looks nice with that picture. And then the tags will kind of go over that area as well. And then here's where I'm going to do the top. Make sure it looks okay with the picture there, and then put that chipboard title back up there. And I decided to overlap the title a little bit. And then I decided to do some on the other page as well. And I'm not just doing the couple corners here, I'm kind of going, I guess in, I think like 3 of the corners maybe. I wanted a little bit of color behind the receipts there, and then I just stuck the receipts together so that I like the positioning of them like that. So bringing a little bit more ink over to the side there. Oh, okay, I went across the whole top. I didn't even remember that. This was a couple days ago that I filmed it. And I think I'm gonna bring some ink down to the bottom as well. Yep. Just a little bit. And a little bit on the bottom there as well. And I think I'm happy with all of the ink now once this last little bit is stenciled. And I think I will now place things back where they're going to go and start adhering things down. So I've got my glue there and I'm sticking those receipts down. And then I will stick that bottom picture in place so it's just overlapping the receipts just a little bit. You can still see a bit of blue peeking out along the corner. And then I will start adhering these pictures down. I think on the bottom picture there, I'm gonna leave a little bit on the bottom because I wasn't sure if I might tuck something. I had the little sticker that I thought I might tuck under the bottom of that, so I wanted to leave it kind of open so I could do that, but I ended up putting it somewhere else anyways. That is a rare sighting of a ruler. I was actually checking to see if I had it straight. Normally I just eyeball it, but I don't know why I decided I wanted to see if it was really straight. And stick that little sticker down. And then I'm going to bring in those stickers from Simple Stories, that sticker page there, and figure out what I want to use and where I want to use them. So it had a blue ticket and a yellow ticket, and I thought that works well, so I stuck those down in that corner. And then this is the sticker that I thought I might, originally I thought I might have stuck it under the bottom area there, but I put the tickets there instead. So I'm just kind of moving it around, and finally I think I settle on that spot there. So now I'll stick the chipboard sentiment down. And then I wanted to go around the edges of both pages with some brown, because those pictures have a lot of blue and brown in them. So I figured with the blue stenciling, I would do a little bit, just, the slightest little bit of brown around the edges. So I've got my finger dauber there, and I am using my trusty ground espresso Distress Oxide ink to ink those up. Both Mike and I remember learning about the Cape of Good Hope in school, learning about the storms that can take place there and the ships that would go around the point there. So it was cool to go on this adventure and actually see it in person. So that will be coming up in another Saturday scrapbooking video. We actually go right to the point, which is, well, as close as you can get. And there's some pretty cool pictures. But anyways, I think we're just about done for this video. I've got these pages finished, so I'm just going to bring them up for a little bit of a closer look. The scenery is so gorgeous. And then the entrance into the park. And another spectacular place to visit. Highly recommend it. Anyways, just show a couple of still shots of each page there. But I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you have a wonderful, peaceful day.